The National Security Agency, better known as the NSA, is not just another American intelligence office. It is the shadow eye of the United States, a colossal machine built to watch, listen, and record. Officially, its mission is to defend America from foreign enemies and cyber threats. But in practice, it has grown into a global spying empire, quietly reaching into the lives of ordinary people everywhere. After the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, President George W. Bush authorized a sweeping expansion of surveillance powers. What began as a fight against terror morphed into an excuse for blanket monitoring, and in this climate, the NSA birthed one of its most secretive and controversial programs, PRISM. Through PRISM, the agency tapped directly into the servers of Silicon Valley's biggest tech companies, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Yahoo, pulling in emails, chat logs, photographs, video calls, and cloud files. The official story was simple. It was all to track terrorists. But the deeper truth was unsettling. PRISM didn't just target criminals or extremists. It swept up everything, the digital exhaust of billions of ordinary citizens around the world. You, me, families, workers, even school kids using Gmail. The NSA wanted it all. And PRISM was only one piece of a much larger arsenal. In the shadows, the NSA built an elite hacking squad called TAO, Tailored Access Operations. This was not your average office full of analysts. TAO was a strike force of cyber warriors capable of breaking into almost any device on Earth. They intercepted laptops in transit, planted hardware bugs inside routers, infected operating systems with secret backdoors, and left digital tripwires across the internet. With TAO, the NSA could weaponize the very tools people rely on every day, turning a home computer or a smartphone into a silent spy. None of this was known to the public until a few brave souls decided to risk everything. Whistleblowers. Insiders who saw too much and could no longer keep silent. Edward Snowden, a young contractor who once worked deep inside the NSA's data vaults, became the most famous of them all. In 2013, he leaked a treasure trove of documents to journalists, exposing PRISM, phone record collections, and the global hacking playbook of TAO. Before him came William Binney and Thomas Drake, veterans of the system who tried to sound the alarm but were punished, investigated, and ruined. Instead of being treated as patriots, these whistleblowers were branded traitors, hunted under the harsh Espionage Act. Snowden fled, first to Hong Kong, then to Moscow, where he remains in exile to this day. His revelations shocked the world, and yet the machinery he exposed did not stop. In fact, other governments saw America's surveillance empire and took notes. They realized that mass data collection was not just about safety, it was about power. With the ability to watch, record, and analyze their citizens, leaders could crush dissent, predict behavior, and control narratives. Today, it isn't just the US and its allies. China, Russia, India, France, and the United Kingdom all run their own massive surveillance grids. Even developing nations like Bangladesh, so-called third world countries, now invest in surveillance equipment, facial recognition systems, spyware, and interception technologies. It is cheaper and easier than ever for a government to keep its own people under a digital microscope. And so the world is entering a new battlefield. Not one fought with tanks and bombs, but with algorithms, malware, and data streams. Not spies in trench coats, but hackers in hoodies, hidden behind glowing screens. And caught in the middle are the billions of ordinary people whose lives are transformed into data points, silently vacuumed into endless servers. Why does this happen? Because in the 21st century, information is power. The more a government knows, the more it can control. But the question remains, who controls the Watchers? Around the globe, journalists, technologists, and activists are pushing back, using encryption, exposing abuses, fighting for stronger privacy laws. Still, the surveillance state grows, expanding silently, relentlessly, swallowing borders and freedoms alike. The NSA's motto was once, "Never say anything." Thanks to the whistleblowers, now we know something, but knowing is not the same as stopping. As long as governments hunger for power, the temptation to watch everyone will never fade. And so, whether you live in Washington, Moscow, London, Beijing, or even Dhaka, the truth is the same. Someone somewhere is collecting your data. The only question left is, will you ignore it, or will you fight it?